Hey guys, first regardsman here, and I'll be talking about the brand new heroic weapons in Space Marine 2's patch 12.0 Techmarine update. Now this is on the public test server, so some things may change. This is a first look at the 3 new heroic weapons we have, starting off with the Omnissian axe. Now we actually got a heroic version of this weapon. This one doesn't have an official name yet, but its stats are 13 strength, 9 speed, and 1 cleaving potential, and the perk option here is called pointy end. The damage of the attack after Omnissian Rush is increased based on the time of the charge. So I have actually played around with this for quite a bit. The top tree works really well on this one. I did make like a whole breakdown of this perk tree a little while ago. But the big thing about this one is that you just go for almost all Omnissian Rush damage. Perks like Expose that give you bonus damage on people that are hit by your Omnissian Strikes and Omnissian Rush. It's actually a pretty powerful option. The fencing feels pretty decent, and overall, I think fencing is pretty beneficial for this class in general, and having parry options, because a lot of your gun strikes are just so free thanks to your servo gun that you can do them during things like dodge animations and stuff like that. Like you just fire off a shot very easily and not be worried about stopping your attacks. So being able to rush and gun strike is a pretty nice thing. Now, as far as the other variants of the Omnissian axe go, the normal fencing one has like 3 clean potential over this one's 1 with an extra speed. I think this one is a strict upgrade to the other fencing option here, so this is one of the very few heroic weapons that I would say is just like a strictly better version of their relative to your counterpart for their respective defense type. Now, the next one we have here is the combat knife. This one's a little strange. We don't know what the name of this is called yet, but the Agile Strike perk is now what this one has. It is called Knuckles. Riposte window is shorter, but each riposte deals damage to the attacker. Now, I haven't tried this one out too much yet at all. It seems like the damage is okay from what I've heard and read online. I don't think it's going to be that strong of an option. I mean, Power Gladius is like one of the most ridiculously heavy-hitting weapons in all Space Marine 2 currently, so having Agile Strike be compared to this, there's really no competition. A 360% melee attack and damage buff is just better than getting some damage on your parries, because even if this one was like equivalent to Intimidating Aura on Bulwark, which would make it really good, I still think you're just better off taking the fat damage stacks of the Power Gladius. But you know, having an option for players that want a fencing knife, even though it has 3 speed, that is something for you. But it's kind of funny that they gave a fencing weapon only 3+ speed, because 3 speed on a knife is actually lower than the block variant, and a lot of players already struggle with the block variant in general, and the fencing version has 9 on the relic tier counterpart, and guess what? The Power Gladius has a 7+ speed on it, so I think this one's just a far better option, even despite the balanced defense window here. But that damage buff's just too much to give up. But this one's still a pretty neat little effect, and honestly, it looks pretty cool. I haven't seen this one. I mean, it's a nice little like cleaver, basically. Now, the final thing we'll talk about, one of the most interesting weapons, is the new heroic heavy bolter. This doesn't have a name yet. It's just called Heavy Bolt Rifle Ox, and really all this weapon is a grenade launcher attached to your heavy bolt rifle. It is just the standard bolt rifle option for the grenade launcher. It is the exact same main launcher, it feels like. I have not tested the damage on this. I would be absolutely flabbergasted if the grenade damage of this was any different from this one, outside like some of the perk tree options, but like the base damage, I'm almost certain is the same. And the thing here is called UI weapon skill underscore heavy heroic B alt Ox name. So yeah, we don't have this, but you can tell this is a public test server if you can't tell already. Now, as far as the perk tree options, I mean, it's the same as the other one, where you just build for pure damage on this. And they did have a buff to the bolt rifle in this patch, where now the bolt rifle has a 50% damage buff with crack and penetrator rounds. This will give you 50% more damage on body shots. I know it doesn't say it properly here, but that would probably make the grenades way better for tactical than classes like the Techmarine, but we'll see how that actually functions in the future. For now, I think this one is okay. The ammo reserves and magazine capacity are about the same as the scope variant, which I think is a little disappointing, and the stats are practically the same as well. So it seems they went for like the base stats compared to the other options here. I think the firepower one is still probably better. Grenades are pretty nice, but overall, I think it's neat. It also looks pretty cool. Like, you have the Inquisition symbol, but I don't think this one's going to make people go like, oh my god, I can't wait to pick that up. I think the big takeaway here would be the Omnissian axe, and a big reason the Omnissian axe is going to be popular, in my opinion, is that the Omnissian axe will allow you to level up your Omnissian axe when you are just trying to play the game for the first time on your Techmarine, because they did nerf the XP that you get off the hard siege mode. They also nerfed the XP to 0 on hard stratagems, so leveling up is going to take a little bit longer next patch, but if you buy the Omnissian Axe immediately on the heroic variant, you will be able to use this one in place of your standard issue one, even at like level 0, so just keep that in mind. It's a pretty good thing there. And you can also buy all these new heroic weapons right off the bat if you have maxed out accolades, because we only have 3 new heroic weapons this patch. Kind of unfortunate, but we did get a brand new class, so it's kind of understandable. But as far as the other options go, you can see them in the store here that we just got the Omnissian Axe heroic, the Combat Knife heroic, and the Heavy Bolt Rifle Auxiliary heroic, so not like the 6 we got in previous patches. And there are also 0 new heroic cosmetics to be seen at all, so that may be disappointing to some, but once again, we did get a brand new class this patch, and I think that makes up for the lack of heroics, at least this time around. There's also going to be another patch coming out pretty soon in Q1. So let me know what you guys think about the brand new heroic weapons in Space Marine 2 patch 12.0. These might be a little disappointing to some people. I think the Omnissian Axe is probably my favorite out of the bunch currently. I doubt I'm going to be using the Combat Knife a whole lot unless it's like a major buff. Maybe this damage is really, really good, but even then, I don't know. Having a downside on top of this, it's just, I feel the Power Gladius is just too good for me to not want to use that. And as far as the Heavy Bolt Rifle goes, the Heavy Bolt Rifle is already one of the more underperforming weapons in the game currently, and it got no buffs this patch. It's not a terrible weapon by any means, but it's just not one of my favorites. But I know the community likes this gun a lot, so people might actually like this one. Who knows? Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and as always, subscribe for more if you like content like this, and take it easy. Bye.